On the weekend, we just had the San Diego Comic-Con event, and as you may or may not have known, Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment had a panel for Star Wars Outlaws on the Saturday. So in this video, I'll be going over all of the things that we learned that was from this panel. But before I get into that, if you want to stay up to date with all things Star Wars Outlaws, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notifications bell turned on. So what I'll go over first is the behind the scenes video that was released onto the Ubisoft YouTube channel the other day. And then Asatru was actually at the event as a result of Ubisoft inviting him out there, so he was able to live tweet some stuff as well, so I'll go over a few things there. So in the behind the scenes video, it was actually stated that Lucasfilm were the ones who suggested the error between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is actually really interesting because I feel like something like this would actually normally come from Ubisoft, but it just goes to show how influential Lucasfilm can be. And the reasoning for this was because the war between the Empire and Rebellion was at its height, which meant that outlaws and crime syndicates could really thrive in this time period, which is why the game is focused there. It was also reiterated that some of the crime syndicates in the game are completely brand new, and there were also some existing ones like the Hutt Clan and the Pike Syndicate. One of the things that was also stated in the video was the fact that they really wanted to make the galaxy feel lived in, which is super important for an open world game. So we'll have things like the animals, the NPC characters, and everything else going on that you can expect in an open world game to actually be happening. Now it was also confirmed that the capital city of Toshara is actually built into this big mountain that we can see, which looks a bit like a giant mushroom, but in that area is a whole city for us to be able to explore, which I am incredibly excited to explore. It's always really fun going from small town to town and exploring the open wilderness, but in a lot of Star Wars games it feels like we don't really get a huge amount of urban locations, especially ones that are fully open outside of LEGO Star Wars of course, so I really am keen for that. Obviously Jedi Survivor did have Coruscant in it, but it was obviously a very linear map. So that's pretty much all of the really important stuff from the behind the scenes video. So now I'll go over some of the things that Asatru was tweeting. So obviously a huge shout out for him for doing that. So it started off a lot of the time with a lot of concept art being posted, which you can see a lot of in this behind the scenes video. And it was confirmed that just last week Jabba the Hutt had some motion capture work done for him. So that is really exciting. It was also confirmed in the panel that we will actually be able to take on missions from Jabba the Hutt, which to be honest I never even dreamed of being able to do. But the fact that we can do that now that I think of it is just amazing. Now one thing in particular that is actually quite brutal is one of the things Nyx can do, and it says that Nyx can actually claw people's eyes out. Now if you look at the cute axolotl-like creature, you never really would expect that, but that is something we can see, so I'm really excited to see how that plays out. Now the next big thing from the panel at San Diego Comic-Con was this whole thing of virtual tourism, and I think that's a big part of why they wanted the game to feel lived in. So Asatru's tweet reads that this is something that they've wanted to do in Star Wars Outlaws, so if you want to know how far it is from the Moisture Farms to Mos Eisley, then you can actually go and venture that distance, which is pretty crazy and does kind of have that No Man's Sky feeling to it. So I think the maps really will be massive. Now one of the new crime syndicates that have been mentioned for this game is the Ashiga clan, and they are a hive-based clan on Kijimi. This is a species of characters that we don't really know much about, so I'm definitely excited to learn more about them and what they do. But it's also been said that they are really good at detecting people sneaking around as they have heightened senses, and they are also very vicious as well. So it sounds like we're not going to be able to get a lot past them, and if we do get on the wrong side of them, they are going to be really pissed off. The final thing then, also going on towards this whole lived feeling and virtual tourism, is that cantinas are full of NPCs who are looking for hands to take on some illegal work. So it sounds like there's going to be a huge amount of side quests and missions for us to be able to do. So there really is a lot for us as players to be excited about. So obviously there was quite a lot to go over there, and if I did miss anything then I do apologise, but there's quite a lot of the same old stuff that we've heard before, but also a lot of really new and interesting details. And the closer we get to this game, the more excited I get. So let me know what you think about this all in the comments below, and like I said, make sure you are subscribed to the channel to stay fully up to date. That is going to be it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.